I became extremely ill at the beginning of the year in 2006 with viral meningitis, and it puts the lesions all over my brain and meninges, thus the meningitis. That lasted about 6 weeks, and then I woke up with the most fantastic and horrible pain of my life on the left side of my face. This time, apparently, it put a lesion on my trigeminal nerve. Trigeminal nerve is considered the most painful condition known to man. That pain lasted for months and months. My daughter was 8 years old. I'm an only parent, and I lost my job. I was done. I was ready to die. And then I woke up one day with a new pain going across the back of my head, and I had lost my central vision. We went to the hospital, and ultimately I ended up having 8 catastrophic strokes. It was scary. It was scary. And since then, it's just been pain ever since. I was unemployed for 2 years. I had just bought this home. I cashed out all of my savings and retirement savings. I was mostly frightened. I didn't know what was going to happen to us, to Julia and I, and it became very scary. Even at 8 years old, she was aware of the danger she was in of being without me, and I was depressed. The isolation, no one understanding, everyone telling me I was going to get better, and I wasn't. I know now you can't expect people to know what to say, but there were some cutting things, just insensitive things. Bible verses. It's such a strange thing that Scripture can hurt sometimes. Sometimes we just need to sit with the person who's hurting. That's what I needed. One of the most painful things is that people, they ask me how I'm doing health-wise, but they don't want to sit still and listen to the answer. I don't blame them. It's the same thing over and over, and they want to have hope, and they should, I guess. But you know, these are people who've been around me for 5 years now, and they're just as tired of it as I am, and so I understand. There were times when I was crying out to God about my unemployment and the living on handouts and losing the house, where I felt like God wasn't listening. It made me angry. I doubted that God was in control. I doubted that God was being loving. And I wondered, is this my fault? Is this punishment? Am I reaping something that I've sown? It was hard. The most difficult part of all of this has been what Julia lost and the fear that I saw enter her life at such a young age was just awful to think about. That made me really angry, and I didn't understand what God was doing there. I have an ongoing conversation with some Christian friends of mine about this can't be God's will for me, because God doesn't cause sickness or pain, because I am meant to be victorious and healed, and a lot of people take that quite literally in terms of physically healed as well as spiritually and emotionally healed. And I can't claim to understand what good can come from illness, suffering type illness, chronic illness, illness that robs a portion of life from a child. I don't know what the answer is to that. All I know is God could take this away if he wanted to.